The restaurant shimmered like a jewel in the heart of Manhattan, gold accents, dim lighting, and a grand chandelier that poured warmth across the velvet seating. Aurelia, it was called, the most expensive, most exclusive fine dining spot on the East Coast. And tonight, it was fully booked. Every seat. Every booth. Except for one table, the legendary Table 7, the VIP table, the most requested seat in the entire restaurant. But what no one knew, except the staff, was that the man who reserved it tonight wasn't just a VIP. He was the owner, Jameson Cole, a quiet, soft-spoken black billionaire tech mogul, had built the restaurant 5 years ago as a tribute to his late mother, who used to work 3 jobs and dream of enjoying a place where kindness was the dress code. Tonight, he was finally taking a night off after months of negotiations and travel. Tonight, he wanted peace. Tonight, he just wanted to sit at the table dedicated to his mother and breathe, wearing a simple black sweater and jeans. He didn't look like a billionaire, and he certainly didn't act like one. He was the kind of man who held doors, tipped well, and remembered names. He walked in quietly, nodding to the host. "Good evening, Marisol." Her face immediately softened. "Mr. Cole, welcome back. Table 7 is all set for you." But before she could guide him, a voice cut through the room like a sharp blade. "Excuse me. We'll take that table." A woman in diamond earrings stepped forward, clutching her husband's arm. She looked Jameson up and down as if he were invisible, or worse, unworthy. Her husband smirked. "Yeah, sweetheart. This table's clearly open. Why is he being seated there?" Marisol straightened. "Sir, this table is reserved." "For who?" The woman scoffed. "He doesn't look like he belongs here." The words hit the air with a slap. A few diners turned their heads. Jameson watched calmly, his expression unreadable. Marisol swallowed. "Ma'am, this table is reserved for, we'll pay double." The husband interrupted. "You can stick him at the bar." "Sir," Marisol said carefully, "I can't." The woman stepped closer to Jameson, her perfume heavy and her eyes full of condescension. "You don't mind moving, do you?" she said sweetly. "You can eat somewhere more appropriate." Jameson inhaled softly. He wasn't angry, he was disappointed. A man behind him whispered, "People really don't know who they're talking to." But the couple didn't hear. "Come on," the woman pressed, waving her hand. "Move, we're celebrating. You can eat later." Jameson looked her in the eyes, and finally spoke. "No." Her smile vanished. "Excuse me?" I said no. Jameson repeated calmly. "This table is taken." The husband clenched his jaw. "By who?" "Some nobody." Jameson blinked slowly. Then he pulled out a small black card from his wallet, a key card with a gold crest. He placed it gently on the table. "This table," he said softly, "is reserved for the owner." The woman laughed. "And what does that have to do with you?" Jameson tilted his head. "I own this place." Silence. The entire restaurant froze. Forks paused midair. Even the servers stopped walking. The woman blinked. "You what?" Jameson nodded once. "I built this restaurant. I designed this table. I wrote my mother's name under the marble top, and I come here every year on this date." The husband's face drained of color, the woman's lips parted, but no sound came out. Marisol stood taller behind him, pride gleaming in her eyes. "And as far as I can tell," Jameson continued softly, "you're the ones eating somewhere inappropriate." Murmurs rippled through the room. The husband quickly tugged at his collar. "Yes, sir, we didn't know." "You didn't care to know," Jameson corrected. "You judged based on appearance, and you spoke to me as if I were less than you." The woman swallowed hard, her eyes darting around as people watched. "My mother," Jameson said, voice quiet but powerful, "used to be denied service in restaurants like this, places where people thought they were above her. She worked herself to the bone so I could build a life she never had. This restaurant was meant to be a place where no one gets treated the way she was." The room was silent now. Pain flickered in his voice, but also strength, the kind that came from surviving fire. The woman's eyes glistened with embarrassment. We're sorry." Jameson nodded once. "I know you are. But understand this, money doesn't buy class, and seats at my table aren't for sale." A few guests clapped softly, not a mocking clap, a respectful one. Marisol stepped forward. "Mr. Cole, your table is ready." Jameson smiled gently and moved to sit. The husband stammered, "Sir, please, let us apologize properly." But Jameson raised a hand. "No need. Just learn something from tonight." The couple stepped back, humiliated but humbled. A server quietly guided them to a regular table, not the VIP table. Not anywhere close. Dinner unfolded peacefully. The staff treated Jameson with the warmth and familiarity he cherished, not because he was rich, but because he had once been one of them. He ate slowly, staring at the empty seat across from him where his mother used to sit in his dreams. "Hope you're proud, Mom," he whispered. A single tear threatened, but he blinked it away. As he finished dessert, something unexpected happened. The woman from earlier approached his table cautiously, nervously holding her purse like a shield. Jameson looked up quietly. "Sir," she began shakily, "I know apologies may not mean much right now, but I am truly sorry. I judged you, and I shouldn't have." Jameson studied her face. She wasn't arrogant anymore, not cruel, just human. I've been raised around people who think wealth looks a certain way, she admitted. That success has a color, a style, a uniform. Tonight, you showed me I've been wrong. Jameson nodded. Thank you for saying that, she exhaled shakily. If your mother were here, I think she'd be proud of what you built, and of how you handled us. Jameson's heart tightened. Have a good night, he said softly. She walked away changed. Not because she'd been shamed, but because she'd been shown the truth with grace. As Jameson left the restaurant, Marisol stopped him at the door. Thank you, she whispered, for everything. Jameson smiled gently. It's all of us, Marisol. We're building something together. He stepped into the cool night air, looking up at the glowing city, and smiled. His mother's dream had lived, and tonight, it grew a little stronger. Moral of the story, respect is not earned through wealth, appearance, or status. It is earned through humanity. Never judge someone by what you think you see. Greatness has no color, kindness has no price, and humility is the true mark of power.